and that little boy is never going to see his mom again.
Right now at 5, the man who admitted to his part in the death of a Canal Winchester teacher learning his fate today. 7 years behind bars. That's how long he will be spending in prison. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight at 5. I'm Rodney Dunigan.
And I'm Isabel Hansen. You might remember what happened last year. A car was stolen with a child inside. The mom, 29-year-old Alexis Stakely, died trying to rescue her son. Tom Bosco shows us the emotional day in court.
All right, thank you, sir. Developing tonight, another potential hit to the so-called Silicon Heartland, the centerpiece, a massive Intel chip factory. Construction
seeing delay after delay since the big bipartisan announcement a few years ago. Now questions are growing about the company's new CEO. Kirsten Lindquist is on your side with the latest calls from President Trump. Kirsten.
At this hour, the number of airdrops are on the rise in Gaza. It's all a part of a major push to address this crisis. Tonight, we're taking a closer look at that operation. Matthew Chance has the very latest.
Challenges going viral online. Tonight, one's resurfacing that has police urging parents to monitor kids' online activity.
Now, this one is called the Hot Water Challenge. Kids are actually boiling hot water and pouring it on somebody else. Tonight, a 9-year-old is recovering from some pretty serious burns after taking part. Andrew Klein has a warning tonight for parents. All right, thank you, sir. Back to school time is right around the corner. And for some students, of course, they may be excited to head back to class. Others may be a bit nervous.
Well, having Field home, a federal judge extended their temporary protected status through February of next year.
Now, tonight, local community members are working to push the federal government to extend that timeline even more. They note that Haitian immigrants have been a major boost to the local economy.
So Springfield has the capacity for more people. And they are moving into neighborhoods, they're buying homes. They are just such a blessing to Springfield. It would be a tragedy if we lost them.
You might remember the migrants were thrown into the national spotlight last year during the presidential debates when President Trump accused them of eating dogs and cats, claims that were proven to be false. Local leaders say the city has once been home to nearly 15,000 Haitian immigrants. Now, many have left the U.S. for other countries like Brazil and Canada. Local organizations say they will continue to advocate for the Haitian community there in Springfield.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement is looking to hire aggressively. It's part of the president's plan to increase deportations.
Now, the Trump administration says that everything is going great, but critics say that ICE agents are using inhumane methods to get the job done. Christine Frizzell has the very latest. Tonight, the wait is officially over for a Texas woman who won the lottery, but she had to sue the state to get all of her $83 million.
The Texas Lottery Commission finally agreed to pay out after her jackpot check was put on hold for 6 months. Betty Cross explains why. The U.S. just issued a travel warning to China because of a virus transmitted by mosquitoes.
Medical reporter Liz Bonus has the very latest on how to protect yourself from that virus. How you doing, Lizzie B?
A new messaging strategy. It focuses on social media, podcasts, and memes to address misinformation.
And tonight, a number of big-name companies are following the lead of the Trump administration. Jeff Harris breaking it all down. And of course, Intel was supposed to have that first plant producing chips in the next month or so. That's 3 years since the groundbreaking. Now it's delayed until at least the year 2031. The company says they're trying to optimize its manufacturing footprint and drive greater returns on invested capital. And experts say the real reason that Intel has lost a lot of ground to its competitors is because the company has not been willing to adapt to a changing marketplace.
A new CEO was named back in March.
John Husted, now a senator in his role as lieutenant governor, he had a big focus on bringing jobs to the state of Ohio. His team declined a request for an interview today, but they did send us this tweeted response hours later. He says that he's spoken with Intel and demanded answers to questions written by Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton in a letter to the board. Now, he says he was told that he would get a prompt response. Like his former boss, he says it's vital that computer chips are made here in the U.S. In the meantime, you might remember that both political parties agreed that TikTok was a major national security threat to the U.S. because of its ties to the Chinese government. The app is still around even after it was banned by Congress and signed by former President Biden. It did go away for a short time, but then President Trump got it unbanned in an effort to find a U.S. buyer. TikTok wasn't interested and that deadline was expended. Now, at this point, it doesn't appear that it will be changing anytime soon. The Secretary of Commerce says this time they certainly mean it. He says a deal must be reached by September 17th. 23 days and counting. That's all that stands between us and the kickoff to a brand new college football season. As the fans are gearing up, so are the teams, not just with practice, but with perspective. Kellyanne Stitz with a history lesson on the 2009 Fiesta Bowl. Good evening, I'm Rodney Dunigan. We're following a number of developing stories tonight, including a major push to get guns out of the hands of kids. Tonight, we're getting insight on a citywide effort aimed at changing neighborhoods and saving young lives. Also tonight, closing the gap between the community and police. National Night Out underway in communities across Central Ohio. We are taking you to some of that fun and breaking down the impact.
Despite a couple of showers out there, we actually have a beautiful summer evening on tap. We'll show you how long that's going to last. The updated timeline is coming up.
And we're counting you down to kickoff. The Buckeyes gearing up for a huge season opening showdown against Texas. Tonight we're getting a bit of insight on who could be the new man under center for OSU. Those stories and breaking news as it happens right now on Good Evening Columbus.
Good Evening Columbus on ABC 6 starts now.
Happening right now, communities across Central Ohio are celebrating National Night Out. It's an annual event aimed at closing the gap between local communities and law enforcement. Families are gathering right now at Avondale Elementary in Franklinton. Nick Velan is live there for us tonight. What do you say, Nick?
Oh, I found it. I found it. It's right there. Believe it for a second. It's a gun. It's a gun.
Oh, nice. Yeah, officer found it. It's a 33.
All right, take a look at this. New body cam video showing the moments officers arrested 2 adults and 2 teenagers after they were accused of hiding 3 guns outside of City Hall just last month. As we've reported, the number of gun crimes involving kids across the city continues to grow. Tonight, Steve Levine has the very latest on what's being done to keep crime and violence away from kids.
6 News.
On new tonight, school resource officers are returning to Marysville City Schools. Superintendent Zach Howard told families this week that the district is bringing them back after voters approved a recent levy. 4 officers will return, 1 at each high school, another at Bunn's Old Middle School, and the 4th will rotate between the intermediate and elementary schools.
Those officers pour into the kids so much and created such good bonds and relationships with them that it just builds into the community.
There will be 4 resource officers for now. The district is considering a plan to bring back more pretty soon. Developing tonight, parents with kids at a Gahanna Child Care Center are frustrated. Workers at that facility found a gun in a diaper bag and parents were not notified until weeks later. Aaron Simonek looking closer into safety concerns tonight. On new tonight, a woman is safe after a pretty scary situation that turned into a rescue at Quarry Trails Metro Park. Now, she was a part of a group navigating a trail that uses safety harnesses, and they say she suffered an anxiety attack towards the end of that course, and they couldn't talk her down. Electric automaker Rivian is suing the state of Ohio. The company claims the state unfairly blocks it from selling directly to consumers. Ohio law bans direct sales by manufacturers, but a 2014 exception lets Tesla keep doing it because they were already operating in the state. Now, Rivian says that is unconstitutional and putting them at a disadvantage and protecting dealers, of course, over consumers. The company says it's ready to get licensed here in Ohio if that law is changed. All right, in the football fever, the countdown continues. Only 25 days until the showdown at the shoe between OSU and Texas, the top-ranked teams in the preseason. The big question for fans, who will be the team's starting quarterback? Kellyanne Stitz working to find a few answers. And fans attending OSU games will see some exciting new changes in and around the shoe, and it's all a part of the university's Tradition Evolved initiative. Now here's a look at the biggest changes. It includes relocating the best damn band in the land, moving from the south side of the stadium to the north side, where the band was located before the stadium renovations more than 20 years ago. The victory bell will be rung before each home game by a special guest, and the video boards inside the stadium will feature more stats so fans can follow the action as they watch the game. For the full list of those changes, head on over to our website and look for this story. And a reminder for you tonight, we're on your side as students gear up to head back to the classroom. Our annual ABC 6 Back to School Supply Drive is happening this Friday, and we're looking for a number of items like pencils, notebooks, and of course backpacks. You can swing by the ABC 6 studios just off of Dublin Road and drop off that donation. It is Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And the good thing, Marshall, the weather should be pretty nice for that, right?
You know, we're going to be outside for that, so come on.